Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't like that image.
I don't like the blurry background though. It makes it look.
Yeah, it's a yeah, decent background.
Girl, we all right.
Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode of Coffee Tea, You and Me with Coach Power and my wonderful friend, Michelle Ince. This is just a wonderful opportunity for us to share with entrepreneurs and business leaders. We are broadcasting live from a beautiful home here in South Carolina in Hilton Head. And I have to think this show could not be possible with all my friends and my family and the people who help me produce the show, help put the show together, my top clients, including my fraternity brothers who have elected me to become the Bigger and Better Business Chairman for the organization. And one of the things that we sponsor is uplifting and entrepreneurs and business leaders from all over the country. And this is one of the programs that we have put in place. Coffee Tea, You and Me, I've been doing it now for about 20 years. I used to do it live, face-to-face at a coffee shop. So that's what we started calling Coffee Tea, You and Me. And now we're doing it online. Since COVID, we've been doing it online. We're never going back now. This is just how we do things. Thank you, Michelle, for showing up to the show. As you guys know, we've been talking for the last 13 weeks about benefits, benefits, benefits. What are benefits? How do we use benefits? How do we claim the benefits we need to claim? And how do we speak to the benefits that we're offering as beneficiaries? Now, you guys know me. I create training and I create opportunities for all over all the time. It's what I do. It's my happy habit. Sitting home late at night, just writing up stuff and researching stuff and really coming up with new ways. It makes me a better coach. And it also helps, all of my clients and people I get a chance to impact with. So let's talk about benefits. When we think about benefits, what do we think about quite naturally? Anybody in the studio audience can chime in. When you think about benefits, what do you think about?
Something that can be given to you or you get to utilize because you get something else.
Right, something you get to utilize or get something that's given to you. Any other thoughts? A perk. Well, here's what the research says. Benefits are the things literally that make us and motivate all of us in everything we think and do. We all do things because we have desires. We do things because we have deep needs. We do things because we have feelings that we represent, right? So if you pay attention to what the branding expert said last night, what did he say? How do we make our branding decision based? What do we base them on? Do we base it on logic? We base them on feelings, right? So a lot of our emotional content doesn't show up often in the small business world in terms of how we offer our services. We're talking about the features we offer all the time. We're talking about the strategies we produce and bring to the table. We're talking about the resources we have to share, blah, blah, blah. But what does that mean in terms of benefits? What does it mean when after we've done our daring do, after we've sat down with all of our clients, after we've used our services and done everything, how do people feel when we leave?
Hopefully good.
Hopefully good. Right. To what extent? Right? Are we providing hope? Are we providing faith? Are we providing safety, security? Are we providing a need in terms of a call to satisfaction of a desire? See, when you can speak to the benefits that you offer, here's what we find out. People actually want to know how you're doing. So if you show up and say, say for instance, I sell insurance. All right. People ask you what you do. I sell insurance. I'm an insurance guy. I sell insurance. Right. We all have an idea what we think that is when somebody says that, right? But is that what they really do? Is that the benefit you feel once you got a good insurance policy? And it's good insurance, right? You bought the policy, it's going to do what the promises were. How do you feel then? You feel like all the commercials say you're supposed to feel. You feel like you got some people with good hands around, right? You feel like people are taking care of you. They're looking out for you. And if you really understood insurance, as an old insurance guy, you understand that when you purchase an insurance policy, usually it's banded by certain factors that we call underwriting factors. And so those underwriting factors may be this person is between 35 and 45 years of age. They've got XYZ driving record. They're a male with this kind of health record or whatever that is. And you find that that's priced for you and everybody else that's just like you. So you're all paying the same rate at the same time or the same price for that benefit. So it's like collectively what's happening is, one of the brothers, if you and I were working together, we were saying, listen, I'm going to make sure that I pay into this fund. You're going to make sure you pay into this fund just in case something happens to one of us, our families will be taken care of. That's really how insurance works. It's a collective pot of money that we're all giving to the insurance company for the insurance company to then take care of us if something else happens, right? Well, we don't think of it as a collective benefit. We think we're paying our individual premium, but they're setting the prices based on the underwriting experience of but based on our age group, our health category, our wealth, and all kinds of other things. So it's real possible to understand. It's interesting that when you really understand the real benefits of it, it's actually we're actually working together when we buy an insurance contract. When we pay for an insurance contract, but nobody explains it to us that way until you get some insurance person who really understands how to share the benefits of that product, and then the product comes alive. It's not just the document you sign on a piece of paper. It just becomes now, I see benefit in it for me. So I would suggest that you entrepreneurs learn what I call benefit speak. How do you upfront speak about the benefits that you offer in the products and services that you have? And when you learn to do that, people then will pay attention to you when you want to say, well, this is how it's done. Or they'll even ask you, how do you do that? So as an example, people ask me all the time, well, you're a coach, right? Yeah. You help people with businesses. Yes, I do. So what do you offer? What is your benefits? People come to me when they need energy, when they need focus, and they need more talent around them, right? That's my gift. You're going to have the right people. If you work with me, you're going to have the right people around you. You're going to have a tremendous amount of energy, and you're going to focus like you've never focused in your life. Now, if that's a benefit that you're looking for, I can surely tell you how I do it, right? But the thing is, if I don't speak that benefit, and I go, well, we're going to offer you our Vision Quest 90 process, and the Vision Quest 90 process is about 120 days of coaching where we talk to you and we work with you and we get to know all the things about you. We really build the trust with you so that you can feel comfortable taking and engaging in the ideas and the thoughts that we have. And then when you feel comfortable taking and engaging the ideas and thoughts that we have, you're going to go ahead and excel and do the things that you may think you need to do, but now you're going to understand exactly what you need to do, and you're actually going to be energized and empowered to do so. I can explain all that. Right? It's not right, right, right. But that benefit language, right, hits much differently. When I say, you're going to be more productive than you've ever been in your life. You're going to focus more than you've ever been in your life. You're going to have more energy than you've ever been in your life. That is a benefit. Do everybody understand that?
Benefit always solves something.
Yes, and it's emotional.
Mm-hmm.
It's really emotional,
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not logical.
Right.
My air conditioner guy who came and fixed my air conditioner a couple weeks ago, right? He came in. He said, "Oh, your air conditioner's broken." I said, "Yeah, it's hot in here, right?" And then he said, "Hey, let me take a look at it." He looked at it. He banged around a little bit, clanked around a little bit, hit a button. All of a sudden, it's cool in the house. I said, "Thank God." It's great because I promised my wife I was going to get this done. And what you really don't understand is you just now made me a hero in my house. Because my wife was right. The benefit, I was a hero. He didn't know that. He thought he was just fixing the air conditioner. But the real benefit for me was I get to, not just check off something on my honey-do list, but I get to show up like, oh wow, this was done. This didn't cost barely a couple dollars, and that's it. We're good to go. The real benefits often we don't even know that they're happening until they happen. So now what would happen if you knew exactly how each of your customers experience you at your highest level of service? And you can quantify it. You can say, for instance, I know those three things happen to all of my clients because I've asked them. Over 25 years, I've asked feedback from them on what have you experienced when you experienced what has happened to you as a result of, oh my God, you do this now. Oh my God, I'm going in this direction and I'm going blah, 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 blah. I got these people surrounding me and I know how to work with my teams and I'm so much better at this leadership and blah, 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 blah. Because they can say I'm a leadership coach, it's going to mean something different to everybody. right? That doesn't mean that's nothing. I can say I'm a business coach. That doesn't mean something different to everybody. So why do we shortcut that language? When people ask us what we do, well, why do we go, behind that sentence, I'm a, is not the answer to what the question is, what do you do?
You
Right.
take the benefits versus the title.
Right. So my suggestion to you, and the research bears this out, never use your title as an introduction. Never use your company as an introduction. I know you're trying to brand the thing. I know you're trying to make it something, something identifiable, but it's not there yet. Before it becomes a brand of its own, you have to speak it. You have to speak that benefit out so that people understand and people embrace it and people accept it. Right. And then here's another thing about networking, and you're talking about benefits and speaking benefits. When you're out there networking and you're doing your so-called elevator speech or your pitch or whatever that is, if you're not using benefit speak, what are you saying?
That's a question.
Go for it.
Someone asks, what do you do? Or you're doing your pitch. What do you just say? The benefits of what, or how do you phrase it?
Just like I did. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I get to do, you'd be surprised. I get to empower small business and entrepreneurs and leaders to have superpowers, to really make sure they're doing things they want to do the way they want to do it, as fast as they want to do it, as hard as they want to do it, and they can sustain that level of effort and energy in a holistic way forever.
Without saying your absolute name, I am, or I, or.
Because that's what they want to know next. Well, tell me, who are you? Who is that masked man? When you see I don't know if anybody remember the Lone Ranger, right? But at the end of the show, he rears up the horse and is silver. And then somebody asks, well, who is that masked man? Right? Because he's already done the daring do. He's already, slayed the dragon, shot the bad guys, whatever he did, it's already done. Right? And now they want to know who he is. But if he shows up and says, I'm the Lone Ranger before he does anything, like, who is this guy? Who is this knucklehead? He has no credibility. He has nothing that he's given or shared that makes people understand that he's bringing something of value to the game.
In the whole scenario, whether it's in the Lone Ranger scenario or your particular scenario, he's talking to them before he does anything. So when you say, what do I say? You're interviewing the person you're talking to first. You're finding out about what they do. You're talking to them about what they need. So now you pulling out of your pocket those things that you say, guess what? Oh my God. They say, well, what do you do? Oh my God. I do X, Y, and Z because you already know what they do. Let them go first instead of trying to be first. Right. And networking, it's always about letting the other person go first because you're giving. Right. You're giving. I'm a go-giver. You give first, and then you go and try to help or solve or serve.
This is why I like to work with her. Because in truth, when you are out there, you're networking, you're trying to grow your brand, you're trying to expose your brand, whatever it is that you're doing, the best thing you could give to someone else is your attention. Right? And the best way to give your attention is by asking the questions that drive the answers that bring them closer to you. Right? So even a simple question like, what brings you here today? What are you hoping to get out of today's environment? They're gonna go, oh my God, I was looking to do this and I want to do this and da 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 da. And if they continue to talk and you go, you know what? I have some people I think you're gonna really enjoy meeting that can help you even drive that home even further. And before you do it, go, would that be okay with you? Would you like to meet them? Right? So now they know you heard them speak. You've gotten permission to take an action on their behalf. Who do you think is getting credit for the action? You are.
I take it even further. If that person's in the room, hey, I said that. Let me take you over here and introduce you to so and so.
Right.
That is gold.
Right. Right. And if you
Because you just made a connection they never would have been able to make without you. And that gives you value.
leverage, I have a whole full day course we teach on leveraging relationships and how to do that kind of stuff. But what's important about it is you're borrowing trust when you do that, right? If if I get Michelle to introduce me to somebody that she has a tremendous amount of respect for, and by the way, she knows some people and respects some people that I'd love to know. The only real question I need to ask her is, what do I need to show you? What do I need to do to earn the opportunity for you to introduce me to the people that you know and love and respect? And what I'm going to do, I promise you this, I will absolutely make you look good in the process.
I know that.
I will make sure that you are the rock star. You come out shining no matter whatever happens in that interaction.
Yeah.
Right? Now, see, the only person that knows that recipe is her. So if I ask her to tell me, I don't have to spend all my time trying to figure out the fancy dance I got to do to get her attention and, and show her my website and show her my presentation and da 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 da. I'm coming right at it going, listen, I'd like to earn your trust. I'd like to earn your respect in such a way that you feel comfortable introducing me to people that you respect. Well, what do I need to do that for you?
You know, that's the question of the year.
It is.
And more people are saying, how do I want to get in front of this government client or this commercial client, and how do I do that? I don't know what to say. I hear that every week, all day, every day.
Right.
And the reality really is that you can't, that the scenario you just did is spot on, because somebody will come to me and say, hey, I want to do business with X agency, and I'm the best IT, I'm the best HR, I'm the best trainer, I'm the best consultant. And you know what I do? I look at them and go, okay, why are you telling me that? And they're shocked. I said, I don't have any money, I don't have any contracts. Why are you telling me something that I have no need to know?
Right.
What I care about is, who are you?
Right.
That's what I care about, because I need to know you enough to lend my trust, my reputation, to open the doors to people who do have the money, who do have the contracts. And so I think it begins by, when you put yourself first, and as we talked about earlier, it's about you. You're trying to give something to a person that you don't even know what that person needs, wants, likes, or can do, if they even have the capacity to do that for you, because you're focused on you instead of focusing on them. And once you make them the focus, then you know how to communicate, and because you're communicating that person based on where they sit, not based on where you want to go, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You had a question?
That's how I got. That's how I got here.
Mhm.
I was talking to somebody else, and I says, I want to do something great. I want to go to the next level. Because I worked with her 4 times around Black Chambers.
Mhm.
She said, you want to meet Mike Carter. That's what she said.
Exactly.
And then she said, warm hands off.
Right.
And then all I had to do was not do this for it. Give it to my- and then do what it do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are afraid to do what we're suggesting that you do, right? Because it makes you vulnerable, right? You think if somebody tells you, if you ask somebody, listen, I want your trust, how do I earn your trust? You think they're going to tell you something that you can't do or haven't done. And so you don't want to ask the question because you're afraid. My point is, you need to be open to that space. Because even if you can't do the thing they need to do, that you need to do to earn their trust. You haven't lost anything by asking for the trust, right? If Michelle told me, well, I don't know what you could do to earn my trust in this regard. I'm not going to introduce you to General so and so and Admiral this and that, and General blah 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 blah. Because what do you need them to do? If she asks me that question, I got to be prepared to answer the question. Okay, I got to be ready. I can't come and say, okay, well, no, I don't have any third-party evidence. I don't have any testimonials. I don't have any recommendations. I don't have any proof of concept. I don't have any data to even share that I know what I'm talking about. You got to have that stuff at the ready. Oh, please. Oh, no, no, no.
No, I just had to throw that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's true. People think is they got some kind of contract vehicle or they passed some licensing exam or whatever that is, and that entitles them to your trust.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Okay, really? Yeah, for us.
so yeah, exactly. You asked that. I remember you asked that question. So it's so important that when we are trying to really prove that we're valuable, speak to the benefits that you offer. Also, speak to the benefits that you need. Right? When you are having somebody work for you, even if it's an employer or a contractor or somebody's coming in to do some work on your website, your computer, don't shortchange the fact that you really need this to do what it needs to do for you because because of it, you're going to be able to do blah, 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 blah. Let them know what it means to have that website up and rocking next Friday. Right? Because if you don't have it up and rocking next Friday, when you go to the conference on Saturday, you're not going to be able to give people your business card. They're not going to be able to click on that website and see it rocking and rolling, and that's going to impede your ability to move forward in your business. If you use that information, it doesn't again make you vulnerable. It tells the person, well, you really are going to value my service. You really are going to think, I was wondering how I was going to exceed your expectations. I was wondering how I was going to deliver, the product and service. How are you going to feel about it? But if you tell them this is what I need to do, this is what it means to me, you're helping them come up with a higher quality service for you. I just, and it's an example. I drove my 2000 Volvo down here today or this weekend. 2000, it's got less than 80,000 miles on it. Because it's been garage kept and it was handed over as a gift from my mother, who passed away. But here's the thing: I took the car to get it inspected to make sure it was roadworthy before I decided to make this long trip with the car. And I told the mechanic, "Listen, I'm going down to Hilton Head. I'm making the drive from Washington D.C. I'm making the drive down to Hilton Head. I need to make sure this car gets me there and gets me back, and still is here when my daughter comes home from New York City because she needs a car to drive." Right? And he said, "She's the hard to drive this car?" Like, yeah. It's like, it doesn't have all the updated safety features and stuff like that. Like, yeah, but it's a Volvo. And its day, it was the safest car in America. Right? And he says, yeah, you're right. So I just need you to make sure it's running the way it's supposed to run and where it needs to. It only has 80,000 miles on it. It hasn't even tripped over to a point where you need a timing belt and all that kind of stuff. I know some of you all know what that's about. Some of you don't, but that's okay. The point is, it hasn't even gotten to major repair yet. It's still young. It's an old car, but it's still young at heart, right? So I just needed him to give me a basic tune-up and make sure it was running right. And he did. Ran like a dream all the way down here. Not a problem. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I told my father on the way down, because he kept checking. Call me if something happened to the car. You want to call me. We good, man. We good.
Go ahead. I was gonna chime in.
So the point is, the mechanic called me yesterday to make sure I got here okay. He knew I was going to be fine, but because I let him know how important it was, this repair that he was doing, or this service that he was doing, he called me. He says, no, you bring it back. If you have any problems, or you have any issues, you bring it back. I'll take care of it for you, Mr. Powell. It's like, it's my boy. This is the point. This is the point, right? Right?
The benefit to you, but now you're gonna get additional benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah, love it.
Exactly.
Love
So
it.
the point of benefits is not just to look at benefits as something, oh, just wrap it up and just offer it, blah, blah, blah. Because it's more than that. When someone receives a benefit, when you receive a benefit from somebody else, you are the beneficiary of them. They are a benefactor to you. This is benevolence, right? They're giving you more than they have to give you. They're doing for you more than they have to do. They're giving you out of abundance, not out of scarcity, right? A true benefit is something that you can give away because you just care, because you just love, because you're just kind,
It's so powerful.
right? And so I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to let you finish your statement, but I'm going to challenge you all to think about this. What can you give? What can you give? And you know you can give it, and without even a question, without even a thought in your mind. But then the next question then is, once you decide what it is that you can give, what talent you bring to the table, what gifts you bring to the table, now who can you give it to that needs it? Because you're giving your benefits away to people who don't even respect it or don't even care about it. All you're going to do is make yourself feel bad.
Yeah.
Right? But when you're giving your gifts and your talents away to people that are going to really, really appreciate it, that's the good stuff right there. That's how you know you are being meaningful, you're being relevant, and you are being of service. I say all the time, we all want our MRS degree, right? We want to be meaningful, relevant, and special. We all want that. Every minute of every day in our walking lives, we all want to do it. But the problem is nobody tells us what they're looking for. Nobody tells us what they really want. They're all trying to sneak up to it. You know, if I put the right marketing pitch together, if I put the right website together, if I put the right email together, then something magical is going to happen, right? How about if I just pick up the phone and call somebody and say, you know what, I'd love to be able to deliver this benefit to you. Do you think you would like it? Even if you're requiring somebody to give you a charitable contribution for your organization, you know it's a benefit to them to give you that charitable organization, that charitable donation. Not only do they get a tax deduction, or tax deduction, I said it right. They also get to contribute to the forward flow or the happy forward flow of human history in some way, shape, or form based on the service that you provide, right? So I love charities who try to look for grants and look for, these small change, ideas all year, when they could just ask a wealthy donor to give them the whole thing and endow the whole thing. Just be done, right? Somebody has $2 million sitting around and they don't have no use for it. Okay?
I gotta say
Go.
something. Because I'm working with a nonprofit now, God has led me to help them with their strategy. And I told the pastor, I said, we must use our head to understand the data, the locations of the people that have the heart to give us money in our hand. And we just we just go straight to the hand and say, give me. But there are companies, there are organizations who have a heart for the same kind of impact we're trying to have, but we must touch their heart
Yes.
in order to get their hand. No heart, no hand. No, it is a law.
True.
There's
It's
no
absolutely
heart,
true.
no hand.
Absolutely true.
And the research about what are they passionate about? Are they passionate about impacting communities, underserved communities? Are they passionate about, homeless women? Are they passionate about veterans? Whatever it is, find that heart and then ask for the hand. Oh, the heart is easy. The heart is easy. You know why? Because Their heart is on their website. Their heart is in their foundations. Their heart is in their strategic plan. Their heart is in their budget. Their heart is showing. That's why we have to use the head, the intellect, to do the research to find where their heart is. Because once the heart matches up with the impact that you're trying to make, they already want to give. We just have to have then the systems to show the ROI, to keep it accountable, all of that. And so,
In their car collection.
yep, hello.
It's in their art collection. Their precious rugs. Their designer furniture. It's in the things that they actively pursue.
Yep.
Right? You can see it
Mm-hmm.
if you're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And then back to what I said
That's
earlier,
it. That's it.
pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
It is the greatest gift you can ever give to anyone. Is the gift of your real attention. Because all of us want to be understood. And none of us are. It's just the human condition. Why do we spend so much time with strength finders and other things? We're trying to discover ourselves, right? And other people who notice some things about us could validate some things about us that we may have thought, well, I wasn't sure that was special. But because you saw it and said it was special, all of a sudden now, wow, it's a superpower. I thought this was just one thing I was carrying, but now I recognize this as a superpower. And I think that we all have these superpowers and these abilities. It just takes some self-reflection and feedback from people that we interact with on a regular, consistent basis. Often it takes like the professional, assessments and things like that. We should do all of those. Myers-Briggs, Strength Finders, do them all. They're not that expensive. And of course, I would never suggest that a computer could tell you who you are, or some kind of test could tell you who you are. But it could give you enough information to begin to pursue the other information that's there, so you can validate it for yourself. Because I don't really believe in, Gemini, Aquarius, and all these different things. So I'm surely not going to write you a check based on your sun sign. Right? I'm not gonna. That's not gonna engender trust. Is what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's important that, but you do that. You got to do the homework. You got to do that eye to eye, that face to face. That what they said earlier. Look them in the eye, right? And ask the question: Who do you serve, and why do you serve them? Why is it important that you serve this community? Why is it important that you offer this product or this service? What does it mean to you if you would get this contract? I promise you, a contracting officer who knows that is going to know a lot more than the contracting officer just, oh, you responded to the RFP.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to have a different feeling about it because they know something about you. And if you're taking the time to know something about them, they can't help it. It's the human condition. I've had people fall in love with me that don't look like me.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
They have no reason to even like me. But the minute I ask them the question, it starts to happen. The attraction starts to happen. Oh, he's an interesting fellow. Let me ask him about him.
Yes.
And they will eventually, well, tell me, you're such a fascinating person to talk to. You ever got on a train or a long journey with somebody, a stranger, and then just had the most fascinating conversation that you can, but you don't even know their name. You can't even recall who they were when it's all said and done. But you had the best conversation ever. Absolutely. And more importantly, you felt like they knew you. Because being understood is something that we have to learn how to practice. It requires active listening. It's one of the first keys she put up on the slide that you all saw earlier today, right? It requires you to do that. So when I teach networking, I teach people all the time. 3 key rules. If you get these 3, I have 9 steps, but if you just get these first 3, you'll be magical. 1, listen up, meaning listen up. Listen to people who you should be listening to. Not everybody, people that you should be listening to. And you will find that those people are the people that become a part of your inner circle. Those people begin to be attracted to you because you're paying attention to them. Second thing, understand what your talent really is, right? What do you have to give? What do you have to share? What are the benefits that you offer? What are the benefits that you need? You have to have that locked in. You have to know what that is. Second, third thing, follow up and follow through. The reason why most people don't win is because they stop trying. They just stop trying. They stop trying to win and they stop trying to get better. Okay, how long have we been doing the show? This is now, it's 3:45. Time to wrap it up, folks. It was great to have you all, those of you who are joining us online. And it's great to have you all in our studio audience. We're going to stop the show now, but our studio audience is going to still be here to ask all the questions that they want to ask. If you want to ask any questions, put it in the chat. Make sure you follow up with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, on YouTube, and Instagram. We love to spend time with you, engage with you. You all know how to reach me. If you don't know how to reach me, go back and watch some of the previous shows on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and you'll be able to find me. All right. I'm out of here, guys. You all have a great day.